Hey guys, Gus69 from At Open Mind Brazil. This is my last video for the month before my trip to US. So guess what? It's another contest entry. I love to do these videos to support the community, the vinyl community of course. So this one is for Logan from the channel Murmur then Hell. I think he changed his channel name, but pretty cool in my book. And this is a parental advisory contest. 5 questions to answer. Pretty interesting, and I'll be showing only vinyl this time, and very different styles, pretty cool. It's a good chance to show different stuff. So if you wanna jump on this contest, I will leave the link for his channel on the description below. You can go there, check the rules, prize and deadline. I think deadline is the very end of this month, January. And so not much time, but you can do an entry and support Logan's channel. So the first question is, warning label on the cover comes with a sticker warning. So I decided to go with UK hard rock band from the 90s that I love. I saw this band 2 times live when I lived in Portugal. Pretty cool bands. Thunder with their debut album Backstreet Symphony. I love this album. And I didn't know it was released here in Brazil. It's a Brazilian edition. And as you can see, comes with this sticker. It says, contém faixas ao vivo, which means included live tracks. And I thought it would be like bonus tracks, but no. It's the first and 30th track. Instead of studio versions, is live tracks of the same songs. So pretty unusual. I check on Discogs, and I think only in Brazil it was pressed this way. I don't know why. And someone from Portugal sent me a message on Discogs asking if it was official release, and if I was thinking of selling. He would buy, but no, it's not for sale. I will keep on my collection because this made this a rare piece on my collection. So first pick, answering the warning label, live tracks on this studio album. Pretty unusual, don't you think? Second question, I need my glasses. A record cover featuring something blurred out, or obscured, or covered up. So I showed this one before because I didn't go through all my collection, but this is pretty blurred out in my book. It's a band from Switzerland, Impure Wilhelmina, and as you can see, first time I saw this, I thought it was a woman in front of a rock mountain, but it seems that she is not. It's not her back. The back part of his hair is in front of her, but it's blurred out. The rock is in focus and she is not. I hope it's a she. I don't know if it's one of the musicians, but anyway, pretty weird album cover, and she's blurred out. If you don't know this band, they play like a very melancholic, dark, and also heavy post rock. So interesting band, band. I bought these in the dark without knowing much about this band, and I pretty enjoy hearing this. Very unique sounding. I think it's the 5th studio album. They have 2 more. Good band from Switzerland. Impure Wilhelmina. Next question. A record your parents don't like or hate it. So when I started but collecting music, I was 15, 16 years old, and I was hooked on metal. So I think my parents never said anything directly to me about the music I was listening, but I know that they thought it was weird music. I remember when I was 17, when I recorded my first demo tape. I had my first heavy metal band, and we recorded a couple, 4 or 5 tracks, like a demo tape in a small studio, like very amateur. But I was very happy when I came home with a tape, and my parents was curious about, and I had to show to them, and I said, my band, we recorded a demo. And my mother said, a demo? This is something related to demons? No, not at all. But I was listening some heavy stuff, and the imagery, you know what I'm talking about. So not a specific, but I'm gonna show 3 records from a record store that I used to buy many heavy metal albums. I mentioned this store before. They were called Woodstock. They actually exist to this day, but not selling records anymore, or very few records. They didn't transition well to the digital era, but in the 80s it was a big thing. And the owner of the store, Valcir Chalas, he started a label and released many heavy metal albums that we couldn't get anywhere back in that time. So he released many German bands like Destruction, Creator, Sodom, Halloween, Running Wild, Gravedigger, and also released many Motorhead albums, for instance. So I don't know how many releases they did. Probably around 70 releases, and I had many of the, I don't know how many, but I had almost half of the release I had back in the day. But I ended up selling everything, and slowly I start trying to find some of those released back on my collection, and I get 3 to show you. The very first one that he released was this one, Chariot, the Warrior, British heavy metal band. Good stuff. I like to this day this band, Chariot. This was released 84, and I have also Abattoir, a debut album, Vicious Attack, from 85. Good stuff. If you like Motorhead, please check this band. They only released this album. I don't know if they released something else. They actually have a cover, Ace of Spades here. So They already convinced me just with the cover, but it's good tracks. The guys here, good bands. Abattoir, I don't know how do you say. And finally from 86, a recent pickup, Death and Insanity by Hell's Eve. I thought I would like more this. I find very average. There's a couple tracks that I like. The title track, GIE, it's good, but it's nothing special about this one. But let me show the label so you can understand what I'm talking about. So, Woodstock, the record store that became label and released many albums. They even released Voivod, the debut album. That one I never had, but recently looking in Discogs, they have that release as unofficial. So I don't know if the guy had all the proper rights to make these pressings, but anyway, I'm trying to get all those albums. Maybe one day I will get to remember that pretty good phase of my life, beginning of heavy metal. Next question. Oh, I forgot to say, my parents, this one is okay, but they wouldn't love seeing me holding an album cover like this. They would suspect something weird is happening. So next question, a family portrait on the record cover. So I'm gonna show a Brazilian band that most people outside of Brazil may not be aware of, but they have a very long career. I don't know how many years this album. This one is I'm about to show is their first live album, and it's from '88. So they are from probably 84, 83. They were formed, and a very unique band because they were 8 in total musicians. And this album is called Go Back and portrays all the members' family photos when they were kids. So family portraits in a live album. This was recorded in Montreux Jazz Festival in Switzerland. They don't have anything related to jazz. They are more of a pop rock band, maybe a little bit of punk rock. They were influenced by, but very polished sound. But they have songs very famous, like Policia, which Sepultura did a cover and recorded on, I don't remember which album was, but they used to play live too. It's a song by this band, Titans, in English, Titans. Last question. Band name or album title with mom, dad, mother, father, etc. I have to show this one. I have many, to fit this criteria, but I'm gonna show something that most of you wouldn't expect me to show. And I discovered this through watching another VC channel, Miss Late Soul, and she only shows like soul music basically, but jazz, blues, but mostly soul music. And she talked about this band being a hard rock, and I never heard about them. I need to listen, and I listened and I enjoyed. And they are from the 70s. And recently I bought 5 albums from the seller, and the seller sent me this as an extra for free without saying, without telling me. And I was shocked. I was, what? But it was very, she wrote a note for me. The album cover is very bad shape, but I fixed the album cover, and the vinyl is pristine, and I love this. Mother's Finest, band from Detroit, I think, funk rock bands, but they are amazing. There are the first song here, Fire, and the last song from the side B, Rain, Fire and Rain, are the most hard rock. But the one that I love here is Give You All the Love Inside of Me. Amazing song, very groovy, the vocals, the guitar solo, the bass lines, very, very amazing stuff. Love this. As you can see, I had to put tape because it was all split, and I had to put a note record cover, and I put inside and fixed with this, so now it's pretty rigid. And as many of my friends here in the vinyl community say, we cannot play the cover. We play the record, and the record is. So Mother, to answer this question, Mother's Finest. I have to get more of these funk rock bands. Amazing stuff. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed this little video for Logan Murmur than Hell contest. Maybe in 2 weeks I will be recording a few videos from my brother's house in Florida, because I have many packagings to open from prizes that I won here on the vinyl community. So stay tuned for that, and I'll be back soon.